In the karst forest, a China elangium had successfully managed to lay roots in the rock crevices, but withered unfortunately before growing up to 1 meter in height. Because there are hardly any nutrients in the cracks. In southwest China's Guizhou province, 70% of the area's landscape is shaped by karst landforms. The annual average precipitation reaches 1,200 millimeters, which means within an area of a square kilometer, the total annual precipitation is 1.2 meters. Such precipitation should have brought moisture to the region. Yet the surface is arid. This has a lot to do with the karst topography. There is not much soil on the surface. Most of it is bare carbonate rocks, the dominant feature of typical karst landforms. In such environment, rainwater can't be stored on the surface. The water seeps through the rocks, converges in the underground caves, and eventually flows in the subterranean rivers. In the arid environment, plants can only adapt to survive. The drive to live and grow is strong, pushing the wilted China elangium to germinate at the roots. The trunk has stopped growing, so that the newly sprouted branches can take enough nutrients. Such temporary dormancy is aimed at surviving better. Perhaps after several rebirths, it can gradually grow thicker and taller. Because of harsh living conditions, most plants growing on the land dominated by karst landforms have to experience the same situation faced by the China elangium. In order to absorb water and nutrients, the plant species here usually have a well-developed root system. Roots tend to grow in places where there is water and soil. Only by rooting deep in the soil beneath the rocks can they grow up bit by bit. There is the rock-hugging tree. An interesting relationship between its roots and the rocks is manifest. To reach for the water and nutrients, the roots have strived to grow for years. Scenes like this are very common in the karst forest. Therefore, the karst forest is often referred to as the forest on the rocks. In the karst forest, the roots break through the rocks and extend in every direction. Some roots are thicker than the trunk. Some are about 10 times longer than the trunk. And some grow so big underground that they are even bigger than the crown. On the barren land of karst rocks, the roots meander like serpents, performing a tenacious display of life.